Hi, welcome to BUS435, Personal Financial Management Online. I'm Professor Lipschitz, and I'll be your instructor for this course. As we get started on the online Blackboard system, hopefully you should be familiar with it by now. But just to go over it, this is what you'll see normally when you come into Blackboard, into your course. This is the announcements page. What's already up is, as we're using Connect this term, this is a registration tutorial on how to access Connect using your 16 alphanumeric code, which you get with your purchase of Connect. As we go through here, you'll see also I have some professor information loaded. I have a virtual office, which we can go into. But the virtual office will be by appointment only. The syllabus is posted. There's a PDF copy, as well as a Word document showing for you. But what we're going into is the coursework for this first week. One of the things you'll see here is that there's already two things up there. One's review materials and one's the actual Chapter 1 week, or Week 1, Chapter 1 coursework. In the review materials, I have some reviews covering 5 different areas, which you've hopefully had already before coming into this class, but if not, this is just a great refresher course or just to catch up with previous knowledge. Right? Statistics, economics, basic math, Excel, and also accounting. As you go into the course, you'll see it's generally set up in 4 parts. There's a checklist, objectives and overviews, materials and resources, as well as assignments. This week, you'll be introduced to the course in Chapter 1. We'll start with introductions, as this is an online course, and we have individuals at various stages in their own personal financial plans. Your life situation plays heavily into financial planning, as 20-year-old college students spend money quite differently than someone say in their 40s or even 70s and 80s. We have different needs and wants, and we're at different various stages of savings. The younger you are, generally the less you're saving, but the more important it is. As you get a little bit older, you can have more financial stability and income, which you can save. And as you get older, your income has actually decreased, and so you're not saving as much, and you're really using what you've previously saved in pension funds and other things like that, or 401ks. So even in the past few years, my own personal spending habits have changed quite significantly and drastically. As I retired from the military, became a stay-at-home dad, I now have 3 children and finishing my education and now being back to work full-time. However, a statement I often hear from individuals when talking about financial planning is, I don't have any money. I don't make any money, so how can I possibly start to think about saving? Well, to think about this, right? One of the first activities we're doing in this course is called Spent. It's an online simulation looking at individuals in poverty and facing homelessness, which is a huge issue today. So what I'm asking you to do is, for the first things in this course, we'll be looking through the simulation and doing reflection on what the simulation means to you, right? Some of the questions that come to mind when we talk about poverty or thinking about poverty and homelessness is the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Right? The time value of money means that you basically earn income on money you have. So if you have $100,000 in the bank and you're earning 10% interest, it means you made $10,000 for doing absolutely nothing. Add another 0, if you have $1 million in the bank, 10% interest, you made $100,000 for doing absolutely nothing but other than saving. So another quote here is, a quality education grants us the ability to fight the war on ignorance and poverty, by Charles Rangel. Right? Love conquers all things except poverty and a toothache, by Mae West. And there's a real sense of desperation when you grow up in poverty, by Ray LaMontagne. Now, additionally, our economy and other external factors greatly affect our ability to thrive and prosper. Right? Wage growth has been fairly stagnant over the last decades, and for the majority of people. However, wage growth has increased significantly for the, say, top 5% of our earners in the U.S., even globally. The need for skilled labor is increasing as the older population is retiring out. Skilled labor isn't nearly as well, it's not viewed as popularly by our younger generation, right? It's not as acceptable an occupation. There's also been a push into higher education, with costs increasing at an alarming rate. I remember my father saying that he used to work a part-time job, and the part-time job paid for his college education, his car, his insurance, his food. I doubt anybody today could pay for the college education while working a part-time job. I've actually linked 2 articles that discuss this fact. Now, as we work through this first chapter, I'm also including some refresher materials, as I said before, and we'll be looking at doing a personal financial plan, which will be a longer-term, multi-week project we'll be doing throughout the entire course. And the project is in Excel. So as you start, this first week, we're going to be looking at Chapter 1. So I'm asking you to read Chapter 1, review the Chapter 1 slides, watch the Chapter 1 narrated PowerPoint video talking about the individual. Right. As we come through here, assignments and projects, all assignments and projects in this course are going to be due Sunday at midnight, unless otherwise noted. So for this week, there's a few extra things included. Right. The first one is reviewing the syllabus and completing the discussion board saying you've acknowledged the syllabus. The second one is completing an introductory discussion board talking about you, saying who you are, where you are in your life, your business experience and background. Also, please provide an alternate email address or phone number in case I need to reach out to you. As we move on, we're going to do a Learn Smart module. The Learn Smart module is an adaptive learning tool, which is basically a reading assessment. And there's 1v1 for every chapter in this text. There's also a time value of money review, which is ungraded. I'm going to be posting a video here shortly, working through those problems in the review, just so everybody has a refresher on those finance concepts. There's also going to be the spent simulation and also a reflection / write-up for that. And then finally, the personal financial plan. As we go into the materials and resources for the week, you'll see that there's a link to the ebook, which is through Connect. There's the Chapter 1 slides. It's embedded into the Blackboard. Is also a linked document to it, the PowerPoint. And also the narrated PowerPoints, right? In the narrated PowerPoints every week, I'm going to be talking more about a specific individual, Jamie Lee Jackson, and how these concepts play out to an individual as they work through the various stages of their life cycle. Going back, and then finally we'll be going into the assignments and projects. The first one again is the syllabus acknowledgement, the introduction discussion board, the Learn Smart module, which is what this LS stands for, a time value of money review, which is ungraded again, and the spent simulation reflection, right? Watch this video, and here's a link to the actual game itself. And then finally, the personal financial plan. The personal financial plan, I've included 2 sets of Excel documents. One's the complete personal financial plan that we're working through over the entire course, and the other one is just for this Chapter 1's sections. One is the entire workbook with all the worksheets included. The other one's just those few worksheets we'll be working on. In this week's personal financial plan, there are actually 4 worksheets included, but we're only doing the first 2. You may do the other 2, but they are not required. All right, so that'll be this week. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me or comment in the discussion board. If you have any Connect issues, comment in the Connect discussion board as well. If you do email me, please be sure to include the course and section number. All right, have a great week.